One of Arkestro's three core use cases is predictive sourcing through the use of machine learning recommendations. We're looking at a sourcing event for spare parts for a conveyor belt system that we use at our company. Now, in addition to all of the table stakes functionality that you would expect out of an enterprise-grade sourcing tool, whether it's the ability to add questionnaires, share documents back and forth with suppliers, automatically build out award scenarios to help you identify the best supplier to award to based on a number of different business considerations, there are several key differentiators in the way that sourcing events are run in Arkestro that allow us to show the power of machine learning recommendations for procurement. The first differentiated feature is our ability at Arkestro to automatically recommend the best suppliers to include in a sourcing event based on your company's spend history and our machine learning model's assessment of what you're about to source. In this particular sourcing event, we can see that one supplier, McGuire Iron, has already been added to the sourcing event by the end user. However, the end user is also being shown two additional recommendations for other suppliers to include. In this case, Brooks Roads and Tempest Gale. And we can also see that the Arkestro platform is telling the end user exactly why those suppliers are being recommended. The value in this recommendation is in the end user instantly being given a high quality set of suppliers to work with without needing to do manual research or have a great working knowledge of our preferred suppliers in this category. That's the first recommendation we're making, suppliers to buyers. The second recommendation is actually a recommendation that we make to suppliers. As we navigate over to the Lots and Line Items tab, we can see that for each line item in the sourcing event, we're shown a baseline price per unit. This baseline price can come from a historical price paid, a last price awarded in Arkestro, or using Arkestro's intelligent counteroffer feature, we can actually go to market and establish a new up-to-date baseline if we don't have historical pricing or know that our baselines are bad due to inflation. Once we have a baseline set, the Arkestro platform runs a simulation of this event before it happens to determine how much each of these baseline prices is likely to move throughout the course of the sourcing event. What we can then see is that a baseline price of $299.35 becomes a recommended price for the supplier of $276.01. This price recommendation is shown to the supplier when they come to bid and is actually pre-filled for them for every line item in this event. This dramatically shortens the cycle time for any given sourcing project without leaving anything on the table in terms of the final price paid. By shortening cycle times through the recommendation of prices to suppliers and through the recommendation of suppliers to buyers, we're able to get much more done as a procurement team, which allows us to amplify our impact that we have across the business.